Hello and welcome to Development Environment Setup and Data Exploration, part of the Application Development 331 course with focus on artificial intelligence, also known as / machine learning. The goal of this assignment is to establish a functional development environment for machine learning and demonstrate proficiency with essential Python libraries, and apply basic data exploration and visualization techniques to understand a real-world data set, in this case, iris flowers, with a couple of sources here for more information. Using that data set mentioned, available directly in scikit-learn or as a common CSV, using that, we will first have an environment set up and be setting that up, and then load the data in, explore it, and create some data visualizations, including a histogram, a box plot, and a scatter plot. Deliverables and submission requirements are a repository which we have already set up, and the script in there, a README file which we have, clear title and name, section listing the final versions used, which we have, a summary of key findings, which we'll be talking about, and a video, which we're doing now, checking to make sure I'm still good, yep, and YouTube with my face now. I didn't have to do that in the other course. Walk through that we're gonna walk through it all. We're gonna show you the README right quick. Essentially, this is the README, so please understand that this is the same thing that's going to be in the README file, so you're seeing it. And then demonstrate the data loading and key inspection steps in your note script. It's not the exact same thing. I started off with a quick introduction of what the project is about in the repository, and then I list all the libraries used in their respective versions and why that's important. And then I go on to put my talking points in there as well. So please don't dig me on points there. And then we're going to demonstrate the data loading and it working. And we're going to explain the visualizations that are happening and run a quick test case by executing a key seller segment of code. So yeah, we're going to do that too. It's just kind of weird, a little bit strangely there. Submit the public order. Yeah, we did that. Sorry, this is taking a minute. We're almost there. Checking my time. Okay, we're gonna have to speed it up a little bit here, but it's important to kind of go over what we're doing. And that just kind of gets into the nitty-gritty of it. These are the libraries used in NumPy, Pandas, matplotlib, seaborn, and scikit-learn. Got a little tongue twisted there, excuse me. I found the assignment to be very challenging. There wasn't much guidance about how to do the iris flower set data exploration. I wish there had been more of like a tutorial that explained more about how to get the steps 1 and 2, which is essentially like setting the development environment up to be able to load the data frame. We went over Anaconda a little bit in Jupyter Lab in class, and like I feel like most of us have experience with some kind of IDE or integrated development environment, but yeah, that wasn't really there. I don't know, the steps to just get to like the virtual environment setup, or just implying that like, hey, you're gonna want this and that. There were a few things that were left out. It's okay, but I also checked and I didn't really see that there, which is also fine too. But having said that, once I got things moving, I did enjoy this assignment, and I also wish there, like I said, there was a tutorial video about how to do this using Jupyter Notebook, because yeah, I ended up using VS Code to do this. And it's worth noting as a challenge that once I use VS Code, but in order to do that, I had to go into PowerShell as an administrator and set the execution policy to allow other scripts to run. Yeah, so that that's nice for me anyway. I already had Python installed and my GitHub repo connected before I get started, so I'm not going to be showing you that. And then I loaded the iris data set directly into the Pandas DataFrame, so I didn't use the CSV method, downloading that. And I have used the Pandas DataFrame in the past during my application development 350 class. But when I used it in the past, it was sort of as a learning tool on their website, not like directly from my IDE. So this was nice to do it from my own thing. And I created it using the standard syntax. Checking my time again, we're at 5:44. Okay. Yeah, for the part one, I used the data frame info method to show the entries as rows, and I describe them with key statistics such as mean, max, quartiles, standard deviation, things like that. Um, and I'm sorry, I only have 7 minutes here, so now I'm kind of speeding it up. I'm executing it in VS Code using the terminal. And now we're going to start to get into it. I'm really going to start by showing you how I did it from the beginning. Oh, ignore all this stuff in the terminal. Oh, it's all there. Okay, whatever. I guess I'll just do it from scratch here. Give me just a moment, please. So to do this, we do Python, and then it's called iris.py. In fact, we'll right here. So it'll take a second. Here's our first histogram. We can only do one at a time. I'm just going to show you this right quick. Okay, first histogram that shows the petal length and the frequency of them. Like the petal length is in centimeters. As you can see, there's a lot of petal lengths that are right about 1.5 centimeters. That's a very common length. A few of them are a little bit less than that. A tiny small fraction or even are a little bit more than that. And then the rest of the majority being sort of like along a different range. So that's interesting. I have to close out the first graph to show you the next one. Make sure it's appearing. I think it is. Yeah, it looks like it is. So on the next one, oh, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit over time here. Please forgive me. The second one, we have the sepal width box plot. The sepal width, the box plot shows the width of them across different species. So as you can see, there's a bit of an overlap here right around the 3 centimeter where any of the species kind of could hit that. Not really the not really the Setosa, but these two. But they're generally within the 3.75 to like 2.5 centimeter. And the final one here, again, sorry for going over time, is the petal length versus petal width. As you can see here, the Setosa generally tend to be smaller in both regard, and the Virginsa tend to be larger. However, the nice thing is that you can see there is, between the length and the width of both of these, a nice overlap where there could be potentially a Virginsa that is a little bit bigger than a versicolor, though generally that's pretty rare, and it would be almost unheard of. It would be unheard of for a Setosa to do that. So that's one way of categorizing them. So this compares two different values, which is nice because you can get some really detailed inferences from this sort of thing. Now to quickly talk about this, what we're seeing here in the terminal, some of the other things in the code. We have the versions printed out here. We have the first 5 rows. I believe this was step 2 or 3. So you have the data frame with that. So we understand kind of before we start digging in and making these graphs, this is what's in there. You know, you've got these columns here. So it's not too cumbersome. And you also see with the describe, the data types, most are the float 64 with the species being a category type. And then after that, you have the describe, which shows the STD, mean, count, max, those sort of things. And just to look at the code right quick, yeah, we had to import the libraries there. Some of them we had to import so that you could get the versions. I just liked how that looked. You also have the iris data frame, and the this is calling that. I'm really rushing it. I'm sorry. We sort of walked through the entire code here. This is the code for the histogram, setting that up in the box plot, the scatter plot. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much for watching.